you who are I missed our end discussion. We're just summarizing the end discussion for Asher Lev. Again, the question right now is, as we close class, is why does Asher do the painting even though it's going to cause his parents pain? Saul said he does it to make money. And then Marani said, sometimes you got to do what's best for you and you just got to leave the cave. That's kind of like what Marani said. And I totally agree. To express what he feels. Is it okay, Isaiah, though, to express what you feel even though it causes pain? Like, Gerardo, what's more important? People's feelings or your own freedom? Gerardo, and anyone else. Like, what's more important, your happiness or keeping those around you comfortable and happy? It's like in life, sometimes we have to make a choice between our own happiness and just pleasing others. He needs to let go of the pain that he feels inside. I agree, Rogelio. So, Rogelio, my question to you is, would you let go of your pain even if it causes pain to those around you? So what's more important? Yeah, thank you, Martha. Put yourself first. Like, what do we put first? Do we put ourselves first or do we put other people first? That's kind of what I want you guys to think about. If you leave the cave, you're leaving people behind. Like Asher's cave is Brooklyn and New York, and he goes. Our happiness is better now because all of our lives, people are going to be around. You got to put yourself first. And you know what? I agree with you, Marani. Don't you think you'll find people that will love you for who you are outside of the cave? Like if we leave our comfort zone, isn't it possible that we could meet other people? Okay, great. Thank you, David, for letting me know. So what we're doing is we're just kind of thinking about these whole group questions. Does anyone want to explain to the whole group before we close class? I'm going to help myself first and then see if I can help others out of the cave. That's a really great idea, Rogelio. Can anyone out there, as we close discussion, just because I feel like people are struggling? Put yourself first. Thank you, Saul. What does the cave have to do with history in Mr. Bryant's class? Did anyone get that answer? What does the cave have to do with history? So we've talked about in the last couple of minutes of this screen recording, we've talked about why it's so important to be like Asher, because we gotta like be free and we gotta be happy. We gotta put our happiness first. But I guess my question to the group is, do you guys understand what the cave has to do with history? Like, who was oppressing people during the Holocaust? I know that may be jumping things. Maybe you're not talking about that in Mr. Bryan's class. Hitler. Thank you, Sokri. So Hitler was keeping people inside of the cave. Hitler was keeping people ignorant. What was Hitler telling people to think in history? What was Hitler telling people to think? Asher's dad is telling Asher what to think. So yeah, Hitler was telling people how to live, how to think. Yes, Isaiah. Ding, 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 Isaiah. Hitler was telling people to hate the Jews. And I'm just realizing I'm not recording the chat box in my screen recording. So guys, I'm getting the hang of this. So here's our chat box, our end of class discussion. After we talked in small group, we're coming back. You can see that the chat box is all linked to content, and that's great. Rogelio says, fear is the path to the dark side because fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, and hate leads to suffering. Rogelio, that is so true. And those people that are in the cave are afraid, right? The cave is a place for people who are really afraid, but you have to break free from your chains. You have to get out of there, be yourself. So I really want you to put your truth out there in your identity box. I love that you like it, Leo. I love that you like it. I'm so happy that you're on mute. This is an end of class discussion. We're talking about what the cave has to do with history and what the cave has to do with Asher. Saul's like, I love it. Twinkles, Saul. Twinkles, Leo. If you guys need to rewatch this video to do your exit slip, then go ahead and do that. But you can click the exit slip at the end of the PowerPoint and write these ideas inside of the exit slip. Anyone else want to just kind of like talk about why it's important to be like Asher? Leo, the exit slip is at the end of the PowerPoint. So go ahead, go to the end of the PowerPoint, Leo, and find that exit slip. So see Leo right here. Here we go. Here's your lesson, the drama lesson. Go ahead, click here, click this blue, Leo, and there's your exit slip. You good? All right, everyone. Those of you, people lives were different. Guys, does history repeat itself? Like, do you think the Holocaust could happen again? Could someone oppress us? The more you lie, the more things you got to remember. I totally agree, Andy. And the cave is a place of lies. You want to go ahead and you want to take off your mask. Take off that mask and be free. Isaiah and Saul say, yes, history can repeat itself. It can completely and totally repeat itself, guys. And that is why it's so important to face history in Mr. Bryan's class and face yourself. I have a question for everyone as we close class. It's 12:28. We're doing the exit slip. My question for you is, are you in the cave or are you out of the cave? Who's in the cave out there? And who's out of the cave? Sorry, I'm pouring my coffee. Are you guys in the cave? Marani says she's in the cave. You could write about that in your exit slip, Marani, about how you're in the cave. What do we need to do to get out of the cave? Hillary's in the cave. It's okay to be in the cave. Guys, once you know you're in the cave, you can escape the cave, right? So once you know you're inside, once you realize you're inside, you can leave, you can get out of the cave. I'm in my room. That's really funny, Emmanuel. That's funny. But is your room a cave? Doesn't your room represent the cave? The cave is ignorance. Antonio's in the cave. Very good. But once you know you're in the cave, you can get out. Marani, but can you have 1 foot in and out? Yes, Marani. You can have 1 foot in. You can have 1 foot out because the ladder is education. So education is going to pull you out of the cave. So Marani, I'm grabbing your hand and I'm pulling you out of the cave. My room is the cave. My video games are the shadows I see. Andy, that comment just made my day. Leo's out of the cave. He's the real one. So guys, Leo says he's out of the cave. He knows that he's ignorant. He's left. But are we always in and are we always out? I'm Kim Jong-un. If Kim Jong-un returns from Gulag, he can definitely oppress us. Yeah, so guys, one of the reasons why we face history and think about the cave is we gotta like keep our eyes always, and we gotta make sure we're not being oppressed. I'm telling you right now, fear, I love that folks brought up fear. Like that was so brilliant. Fear is always threatening us. Fear is always oppressing us. So guys, it is 12:30. I want to thank everyone who came back whole group after you had your discussions. I really appreciate it. Go ahead and email me if you have concerns about group work. Make sure you do your exit slip. Class has officially ended, but I'll extend this conversation a few more minutes. If anyone has questions about anything that we've done in class today, please let me know. Hi, bye, Brian. Thank you for coming to class. Thank you for being muted. Hi, Kevin. Thank you, everyone who came back. We just had a whole group discussion about the cave and kind of like Asher Lev and Asher who leaves the cave. If there are any videos you didn't see, you could go back. You can catch up. Bye, Saul. But just go ahead and make sure you watch this video. Bye, Geraldine. Stay safe. Bye, Miss Copera. Bye. Anyone have any sort of questions? And people are going. People are like, bye, see ya, I'm dipping. So thank you for tuning in to class. I hope this has helped. I'm gonna post this discussion on my YouTube. I think this whole group discussion was really helpful, so we'll go ahead, we'll do this more often. Thank you, Marani. Thank you for your participation. Thank you, Citlali, for your participation. I hope this helped today. Please email me questions and concerns and give me any sort of feedback. Thank you, guys. May you all be happy and healthy. May you love others freely. May others love you freely. Namaste. Isaiah, what do we need to do for lesson 2? Individual creative work eventually paste into your group PowerPoint. You could draw a picture of the cave, Isaiah, or you could act out the cave, and then you'll put it in your group PowerPoint eventually. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.